Microphone test 1 2 1 2. Please let me know out there in YouTube land if you can hear me. All right, good. Thank you very much. Yes, we did have some technical difficulties there. Had to do a total restart. Oof. You had to do a total restart to the server as well as waiting the arrival of some of the competitors here. But we are out and ready to go racing here. Alright, good evening folks and welcome to the first round of our Caribbean Sim Racing Series. A little bit late here to the start, but we are out at Bushy Park Circuit. And we've got the guys here about to go qualifying in the Mitsubishi Evo 10. Or is it X? It's X, but we all know what they meant. Alright, so I'm going to get these guys here as they go around. We're going to collect one of them. Who's this here coming across the finish line? It's there. Okay, it's... Just here is Garth Huey out of Jamaica in his blue Mitsubishi X. And soon you will see the times come up on the top left hand side of your screen here as qualifying gets on the way. Also, how is my volume over the game? I'd like you guys to let me know. Is the game too loud? Am I too low? Should I be louder than the game? As we got the first set of times there on the top left hand side of your screen, it's Stephen Pommel's leading the charge here with a 105.257. Raul Patab some 6/10 away here. The Guyanese in second position, followed by Jaden Harrison holding down third. Then we've got Sebastian Palmer out here in fourth at the moment. And Martin Webster there taking that first position away from Stephen Pommels with 0.03 of a second to spare. Alright, thank you very much dear for the volume acknowledgement. Where is Stephen Pommels? Can he respond here now to Martin Webster? We got Mario Mills putting the time on the board. Stephen Pommels looking as though he's made a mistake there. So I'm not sure it's going to be that good of a time from him. You can see him sliding that car into turn 6. As he's making his way down the back straightaway here now, goes into turn 9 and into turn 10. It's Martin Webster, goes even faster now to put almost 2/10 between himself and Stephen Pommels. Pommels now coming across the start finish line here, does not go faster. Ooh, he's actually out there. Ooh, he's going to take it off into turn 1. And back into the pits he goes. Derek Rudder, the Barbadian, out here in 4th position, just putting the time up there on the board. As Sebastian Palmer takes that 1st position away from Martin Webster with almost 7/10 to spare. The youngster sliding that car out of turn 2. We're going to stick with him here. He's all over the place, Sebastian Palmer. He's gonna have to watch that gearbox. Oh, and he misses turn 10's apex there by a mile. I don't expect anything proper from this lap from him. Instead, we're gonna look to Martin Webster. Does he have a response here? As Jaden Harrison goes faster there in 7th position. Yes, it is 30 minutes of quali GVs. Martin Webster comes across the line. I think he's now going to start a fast lap here, so we're going to continue to stick with him. You can see A1 Lindo FX saying oversteering might be the big issue today. On the contrary, I think these cars are quite understeery. Very hard to get those cars turned in. Oh, Sebastian Palmer goes even faster with a 103.8, ladies and gentlemen. Increasing his advantage there by 1.1 second. Yes, it is Sim Racing HD. It is the FX400 edition of the Evo X. Yes, my apologies too. I figured that was wrong. Oh, Sebastian Pommels. Sorry, Stephen Pommels. Just as Martin Webster crossed the line. Actually, Stephen is ahead of Martin here. He logged and managed to log the 6/10 away from, that's a 104.560 for Stephen Pommels. As Derek Rudder now makes his way up the ladder into 4th position with a 105.4. But Stephen Pommels answering the call here over Martin Webster. The Guyanese directly behind him. But it's Sebastian Palmer so far with a 103.8. The youngster is blazing Bushy Park here today. Stephen Pommels runs it wide there. Out of turn 8. Into turn 9 he goes. Martin Webster hoping to get close enough to get in behind that slipstream. Into the vacuum of Stephen Pommels. And Martin Webster does put the vacuum in good use there as he's ahead of Stephen Pummels now by some 3/10, almost 4/10 I should say. And Stephen Pummels lets him by. He's going to try now get behind Martin Webster to get into the vacuum there being created by that car in front of him. He's going to have to wait until the next lap to do so. And any bets here that Martin Webster might take it into the pits when he does. Great little battle here going on between the top three. As we look further down the line, number 4 is trailing by some 1.5 seconds here to Sebastian Palmer. Martin Webster running it wide there out of turn 9. Will he take it into the pits though? No, he will not. As a matter of fact, he's continuing here. Oh, he does take that car back into the pits. Great strategy there from Martin Webster. Now Sebastian Palmer is literally left with the track in his hands and nothing more that he can do of it. Where is Derek Rudder? He comes across the line now. Can he go faster here? Yes, he does. He's put in a 105.384. He's now 0.8 away from Stephen Pummels. And we're going to stick with him. You can see him letting that back end get a little bit too loose there with too much speed into that turn. And he is the drift king apparently for this event. I bet you if he can get that car straighter than he has it right now, he'll be better off with timings. Just seems as though he's enjoying himself though, because there's 17 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock here. He does go faster with all that drifting around to 104.7. So maybe that is the trick, guys. Out of turn 2 now. He's got Stephen Pummels in front of him. Sorry, no, that's Jaden Harrison in front of him there. So Martin Webster is back out on track as well as Stephen Pummels. But we're going to finish off here with Derek Rudder. Can he go faster on this lap? He messes up the last corner there, the penultimate corner. And he does not manage to go fast. He doesn't even register a time there for that one. Stephen Pummels with a little bit of issue here. And so now we head on to... Oh, Garth Huey having an issue there. It doesn't seem as though it affected with Martin Webster's lap here. So let's see. Yep, no, it's not a valid lap there from Martin. Instead, he's starting one now. So can he go faster here and put the timing ahead or decrease it some? Oh, he makes a mistake there out of turn 9. Gonna take that back into the pits for sure. So we go back now to the Jamaican Stephen Pummels here. Is he doing better on this lap? Oh, he goes way wide there on entry into turn 8. That's right on board with Steven. It seems as though he's setting himself up here for a fast one. Wow, what great camera positions right there. Yeah, Sebastian Palm, you can see coming out of the pits behind him. Sebastian is going to be on his outlap now, but maybe Sebastian made some tweaks here to his setup. It's predominantly a fixed setup here, and you're only allowed to change your tire pressure. The car's electronics such as, oh, he runs it wide again there, Stephen Pummels. Not quite sure why he would make that mistake 2 times in a row. Or if he's just trying to maximize the entry to that turn. Oh, he messes that one up as well. He's not having a good day here, Stephen, to try and take the fight to Martin Webster. The youngster Sebastian Palmer gets ahead of him here. Meanwhile, Derek Rudder, oh, Sebastian messing up turn 1 there, and Stephen Pummels had to take evasive action to avoid contact with him. I'll take you up now to Martin Webster. I want to check out some of the guys down the line though. Ooh, Mario Mills is a good bet, as well as Raul Pertab. They're right alongside each other here. Raul might be using that same strategy that Martin Webster employed. Actually, Mari's going to let him by. It doesn't sound as though Raul Partab is pushing in those laps at that time there. And it seems as though Mario is trying to pace himself behind the Guyanese. Alright, so Raul now begins his fast one here. He's just 0.08 of a second behind Orlando Morris. So can he improve here and go ahead of Orlando? Now, let me just head on over to the chat here on YouTube. Sim Racing HD is saying, I'm going to attempt this to see what lap times I can pull. Slow cars and technical tracks are really interesting. Yes, they are. And majority of the tracks in the Caribbean are technical and short as well. So what does Raul do? He does not improve, ladies and gentlemen. And while Mario Mills is satisfied almost with that 7th position, he's back in the pits. We're going to take a look at Jaden Harrison here as he comes across the line. There's only 1/10, tenth and a half separating himself from Mario Mills, and he goes even faster there to put himself above Mario in 7th position. Martin Webster with a 1:04.1, taking the time down just a little bit more, as well as Stephen Pummels. Oh, Pummels takes that second position away. He's now on the front row with 2 tenths separating himself and Sebastian Palmer. I think he had caught a little draft there from Martin Webster. Now Martin is back in the pits. In Guyana we have a saying, it goes, do for do is not obia. Meaning, what I do to you that you did to me, it's no different. That is indeed true. It's not magic. It's not black magic. It's just the way of the world, I should say. As Stephen Pummels gets that draft from Martin Webster to put himself up on the second spot of the front row. Jaden Harrison goes even faster there ahead of Rob Pertab. Garth Huey, a crowd favorite here, is, I don't know, he doesn't have that car under him. And at this point here, he's struggling there in 9th position. Nothing spectacular here from Stephen Pummels on this lap. Sebastian Palmer seems as though he's just running out the time here and enjoying himself, unless of course Stephen Pummels or Martin Webster can manage to go faster here. We're under the 10-minute mark left in qualifying. Looking back at Garth here now, he's just behind Mario Mills by some 3,000ths of a second. I must make mention that Sebastian Palmer, Mario Mills were runner-ups as well as Rob Pertab actually. Rob Pertab actually came out on top in the bronze category of our Amsoil Sim Racing Series, and Mario Mills was a runner-up. I think it was in the bronze category as well, and Sebastian Palmer a runner-up in the silver category there for our Amsoil Caribbean Sim Racing Series, which will be back this year. Those guys there walking away with some cash in their pockets. So if you know you like racing games, and if you think you can handle simulation racing, go ahead and join us at CaribbeanSimRacing.org and get prepared for the next Amsoil Sim Racing Series. As a matter of fact, there's even another series that, oh wow, where did that time come from? Rob Pertab taking himself up into 5th position here now. What a lap there by Raul. And he's going to continue on here as we approach crunch time. Yeah, so as I was saying, we have a few discussions on the way with sponsors for other cash prize events throughout the year. So Amsoil is not going to be the only one. That's going to be a little exciting here for the sim racers in the Caribbean. Some big names too looking to get on board with us for the year. So if you'd like to stay tuned to those news, if you'd like to stay tuned to us on social media, our handle is Caribbean Sim Racing Organization on Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube that you are watching us on. Make sure to subscribe, like, and follow to be up to date with all the news and sim racing. And if you'd like to join us, join the organization to become a racer, then visit our website at www.caribbeansimracing.org and click on Join Us. That'll take you to our Discord server link and get you signed up. So there's nothing, it seems as though Raul is making a mistake there on entry into turn 8. I'm not seeing if he's up or not. Oh, he runs that one wide there on entry to turn 10, but he could be opening up turn 11 for a faster run down to turn 1 here. as Stephen Pummels exits the pit behind him. Stephen is going to look to stay behind Raul Pertab here and probably stay within the slipstream of that car. Oh, Raul's actually going to cancel that lap, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Webster back out on pits as well. And we are in crunch time. 5 minutes or less here at CSRO is known as crunch time, and we are in there. That's where you see most of the drivers usually get back out on track. And try to get in a time. Alright, so Martin comes across the line now. Can he go faster? No, he cannot. He's just 600ths of away from Sebastian Palmer, but unfortunately, he just cannot get that going there, Martin Webster. Meanwhile, Stephen Pummels ahead of him on the lap. And as you can see, as I called it, everyone else is trying to get back out there except for Orlando Morris. So we're going to stick here with Sebastian Palmer. Is he on a faster lap? Cutting that corner really close. I was about to say it's a 103.539 from Stephen Pummels. That's stolen the first position there, podium position away from Sebastian Palmer, and by a long shot too. 3/10 here is pretty decent, I'll let you know. And can Sebastian Palmer respond here? Where is Martin Webster on the lap? He just begun one actually, and Sebastian Palmer is going to try and tuck him behind Garth Hugh here to begin a serious lap, I suppose. Oh, he's running that a little bit wide though, Sebastian Palmer, and he's drifting out of turn 2 as well. But can he make up some time there throughout the rest of the lap? Oh, he's sliding away too much here, Sebastian. He's got to get that car under control. Martin Webster's back in the pits. I don't suppose this is doing quite well for him. My app that tells me his sector times and whether he's improving or not is not on at the moment. I'll get that sorted before the race here. He slides out at turn 10. Sorry, turn 9 into turn 10. Can he improve here on this lap? I doubt. Nope, he does not, Sebastian Palmer, and it seems as though those tires are fried. He's going again though, and we're going to stick with him. And he's going to bring that car back into the pits there, as there's just 1 minute left in qualifying, guys. Just 1 minute left. Actually, it's under a minute now, but here is your pole sitter. It's Stephen Pummels, ladies and gentlemen, putting that car on pole today for the first round. Well, so far I should say. Sebastian Palmer and Martin Webster cannot respond at the moment as they are sitting in pit lane. And Stephen Pummels here is going to close off qualifying with 25 seconds remaining. And here he is. He's going to come across the line here now with literally 5 seconds to go. He will not improve there, but it's all over. Qualifying is over, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk quickly about the format here for this championship series. Each event, each race is going to host 2 separate 10-lap events, both coinciding though with points, as race 1 is going to be determined by qualifying session that we just had here, and then race 2 is going to be determined by the finishing positions in race 1. It's going to be reverse grid. So the grid taken from race 1 is going to be reversed. So whoever brings first here in the first race is going to be at the back of the pack in the second one, and so goes for the all right, so we are already on the line here. Let me just get ahead. So Stephen Pommel's there sitting, and just gonna slide in here for a better shot of the start. All right, let's get this show on the road, guys. So they are going to run here now for 10 laps. And after which they will head into a second race that is going to be reverse grid, as I just explained to you what the reverse grid is. And from that, we're going to have the points tallied up. So stay tuned to our Instagram profile. That is where we share all the official results of these races, as well as any updates relating to any series or championships that we have currently underway. All right, if you have not already, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you like what you see here, share with someone who you think might also like what you've observed here today. My name is Stefan. This is the first event for our Caribbean Sim Racing Series at Bushy Park Circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. 6 lights are on and they're off. We got someone very slow off the line there, but it's Stephen Pommel's right now cutting off Sebastian Palmer into turn 1. Sebastian Palmer, look down the line here. We've got Damani Edwards on the inside of Orlando Morris. Orlando gaining a position there, as well as Derek Rudder ahead of Martin Webster. Looking back up the field, Sebastian Palmer on the inside of Stephen Pommel's. He's going to make that stick. Stephen Pommel's with an undercut now. Can he go? No, Sebastian Palmer. That's going to be looked at. Oh, he's sliding that rear end as well. Goes over the curb here, Sebastian Palmer, and he's going to be hit by Stephen Pommel's. The car was all out of shape there for Stephen as well. And I think Sebastian went for the brakes, but now he's back on the way. It's Martin Webster who now inherits first position, and he's trying to get away here from Derek Rudder. Looking back in the field, though, it's Orlando Morris taking an early braking position here against Damani Edwards, but Damani looking to fight back behind him. Palmer back up into 5th position ahead of Stephen Pommel. Garth Huey with an issue there, being put back down into 8th position. And we look ahead now, it seems as though Derek Rudder is closing in on Martin Webster. Yes, he is. As they spread out just a bit, we've got Mario Mills. You can hear him in the background there. Now coming across turn 10. He's probably been involved in an incident there. Tough luck, that's how it goes sometimes. But we can see Derek Rudder here closing the gap to Martin Webster. And we've also got Damani Edwards closing the gap to Orlando Morris. He's on the inside of Orlando Morris. He takes that position. But is it a clean one here? Orlando Morris now has to respond here to Damani Edwards as we look back up the field here to Derek Rudder. Derek Rudder now, it seems as though he's around 7/10 to Martin Webster, but Orlando Morris not quite happy with what was dished out by Damani Edwards. Damani makes a mistake, makes Orlando Morris go wide there, and he loses a position to the Jamaican Sebastian Palmer, who's now back up into 4th. And what just happened there? It seems as though Morris overcooks that turn, as well as Edwards losing another position there. Harrison goes ahead, as well as Robert Tab over Orlando Morris. His fault there. He's going to have to get back up to speed. It was all confusion for him as he entered into turn 1. He's overcooked the tires now. He's having difficulty putting that car into an apex. As we look ahead now to Derek Rudder. Derek seemingly trying to put the pressure on Martin Webster here, but he's losing some time as he's now 8/10 or so behind. But Martin Webster with a mistake running wide out of turn 9. Derek claiming some time there back to the Guyanese. Meanwhile, Sebastian Palmer already back into 3rd position. The youth here, the amount of talent from the youth here, it's immense. While Stephen Pummels, after losing out there to Sebastian Palmer, sees his countryman ahead of him, not that far away. So Sebastian still sliding that car there. And while these two are going to look to fight, Martin Webster and Derek Rudder can get away with this. Damani Edwards now pulling up to this fight as well. Stephen Pummels having a look on the inside there and taking the curb, losing some time there to Sebastian Palmer. Meanwhile, Martin Webster pulling out a gap between Derek and himself by 1.5 seconds or so. Stephen Pummels trying to late break maneuver here against Sebastian Palmer, but it doesn't seem as though he's got it enough to let it stick here. Gonna ride with Stephen Pummels now on this lap. Ooh, Sebastian Palmer runs it way too wide, and back on the power he goes. They collide, ladies and gentlemen, out of turn 2, and it's Sebastian Palmer that remains in 3rd position. Meanwhile, Stephen Pummels pressuring his countryman here again. Sebastian Palmer with a reckless move, sliding that rear end, forcing Pummels to wait for him here, and they're going to lose that position to Damani Edwards. Damani now up into 3rd position. Nowhere really on the qualifying board, ladies and gentlemen. Damari into 3rd now. Sebastian Palmer does get back that position over Stephen Pummels. Great racing, sportsmanlike conduct there by Stephen Pummels. Ooh, with Damani Edwards ahead of them, making a huge mistake. Sebastian Palmer with a response to that mistake on the inside into turn 10. Now he's looking at him on the outside here. Switches back over and over again. Sebastian Palmer is going to try to late break into turn 1. Does he have it completed? We right now with Damani Edwards. Sebastian Palmer slides out of turn 2. And Damani loses that position. Does he have a response now? Yes, he does. He's on the inside of turn 5, but going to overshoot the turn there by outbreaking himself. That is, Stephen Palmer is going to have another opportunity at that position here ahead of Damani Edwards. He stuck that car up on the inside, and yes, Stephen Pummels. Ooh, not so close. Not just yet. Damani Edwards with the inside line still pushes Stephen Pummels wide. What a race we have going on here. So Pummels now has a look on the inside, but his braking maneuver is still good. Damani giving him the sportsman room there. And it's gonna be Stephen Palmer still, but Damani Edwards having a look on the inside. He just sticks it in there and he gets that job done, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Pummels. Does he have a response now? Oh, he makes a huge mistake, Edwards. And now he's out of contention for that position. Meanwhile, these two were fighting. Sebastian Palmer was given the go-ahead to stay in third position. As we've got more battles down the line here between the three. Orlando Morris, Ropatab outbreaking himself, it seems, and pushing Orlando Morris wide. Orlando is not going to like that here. He's going to have to respawn to... Ooh, we've got two fast laps here coming out of Martin Webster and Derek Rudder. They're doing actually about the same lap times, but Derek is adrift by 1.5 seconds here. Orlando Morris here feeling kind of cheated here by Rawl, I should suppose, from that last turn. Incense, he's trying to break that toe there. Oh, he's been tapped, ladies and gentlemen. But he's still ahead here, Rawl. As he tried to defend his line into turn 2. He's under immense pressure here from Orlando Morris. And again, Orlando on the inside with the body panels being rubbed against each other there. But now, Raul Pertab has the inside line, and now he switches back. You can see how Raul is trying to work his magic here, his intellectual magic here against Orlando Morris. Orlando is going to have to come better here if he wants to take the fight for this 7th position. We ride now with Orlando. Imani Edwards seeing it fast, one of his personal best times there. He's trying to make up for the mistake he made while battling with Stephen Pummels out there for our 4th position. It seems as though Orlando might be losing touch here with Raul. As Raul comes really roll, we've got a car ahead of them. It's Jaden Harrison. Orlando Morris has to take evasive action there against the Jamaican. Meanwhile, he wasn't able to focus on Raul, but can he do it this time? He's trying. Oh, that's not good maneuverability there by Raul Pertab. He's coming to a complete stop almost at the end and of the apex. And one would argue that that's a blocking maneuver. And it's already the final lap here for the first round of a Caribbean Sim Racing Series. As Orlando Morris does retain that position, Martin Webster is on the final lap of the race here. And he's got Derek even closer now than that 1.5 second that he was adrift by. Meanwhile, Pummels faster and seemingly closer now to Sebastian Palmer as well. But it's going to be Martin Webster who comes across the line here to win the inaugural bout for the Caribbean Sim Racing Series. As we look back, Sebastian Palmer loses the position to Stephen Pummels. Pummels will walk away on the podium here for the first event to 3rd. Meanwhile, Sebastian Palmer comes in the 4th position. Damani Edwards here will hold on to 5th. Orlando Morris as well will hold on to 6th position ahead of Raul Pertab for a little cheeky bout that he had with the Guyanese, followed by Jaden Harrison here in 8th position. Mario Mills will come across the line in 9th, and unfortunately crowd favorite Garth Huey is gonna bring up the end of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first round of our Caribbean Sim Racing Series. I hope you've enjoyed it just as much as I did. Please stick around. We've got lots more racing coming here for you. We've got lots more racing here coming for you as we've got Group A, the faster cars here in the BMW Judd powered I think it was E60, E360 that is, coming up after these guys as well. Now we're just going to prepare here for race number 2. So stay tuned with us. Yes, we are ready to go already, I should say. Nicely done here. So the field is is reversed, and so we've got Garth Huey in first position, followed by Mario Mills in second, Jaden Harrison in third, Orlando Merce fourth, Sebastian Palmer fifth, Stephen Pummel sixth, Derek Rudder seventh, Martin Webster eighth, Stephen Bulla. Stephen Bulla actually has to come out of the field there, but we are ready to go soon. Where are we in the YouTube chat? How are you guys doing? How was that race for you? All right. Seems as though actually not sure what has occurred there. And it seems as though he's lost connection to the server. All right, we'll be right back here. Let's take a look at what's going to happen here now.
drive again.
All right, guys, I am back here again. We just had another issue there with the server. These things do happen. You have to excuse it. But currently, these guys are going around for a rolling start now for the second race of the event. So it's going to be a Garth Huey followed by Mario Mills. Then it's going to be Harrison, Partab, Morris, Edwards, Palmer, Pummels, Rudder, and Webster. So I've lost actually. Oh, it seems as though the internet is gone there for Garth. So Mario goes ahead into first position here, followed by Partab and Harrison. Then we've got Damani on the inside. He's going to have to be careful here. But it's at the start-finish line, and they are off! Mario Mills, though, being caught out. Harrison with the jump into turn one. Meanwhile, we've got a driver sideways. It's Orlando Morris. He's managed to hold on to that car. And Sebastian Palmer already back up into fourth position here. Oh, he's come in contact, though, with Stephen Pummels, and Stephen Pummels can't control himself. No, he's taken out Jaden Harrison and Orlando Morris here. As they get back going, though, doesn't seem as though there's a lot of attrition damage here to this race restart. Martin Webster getting all tied up there on the curb. They're still together here, managing. Oh, wow, what a congested field. Damani Edwards feeling a little bit of pressure there from Martin Webster. He's been pushed a little wide as well there, Damani Edwards. But he's managed to get going here. Damani on the outside. Meanwhile, Palmer sends a message to Orlando Morris as he posts it on the inside. He's already gone, Orlando Morris. What? It seems as though the rest of the field is slowing up. Yes, they're going to have a restart, though. And they're already ahead here. So he's going to have to call it over here. He's going to restart it. That is definitely the right thing to do, I'd assume, with all of that confusion there going on. Not sure Garth is going to be able to come back, though. It seems as though he's had an internet issue. Yeah, I don't even see him in the Discord chat. Actually, he is in the Discord chat. I wonder what exactly the issue is for Garth there then. Alright, seems as though we're definitely going to restart this one here. Right, these things do happen. That was totally crazy there on the starting of that lap. So 30 seconds here and they will be ready to go. So it's going to be a rolling start again here, ladies and gentlemen. And they've got the order in which they need to go. It's Garth Huey, followed by Mario Mills, Jaden Harrison, Raw Partab, Orlando Morris, Damani Edwards, Sebastian Palmer, Stephen Pummel, Derek Rudder, and Martin Webster, as we can see Garth Huey back in the server now. He's coming out of the pits. Followed by Mario Mills. Jaden Harrison here. And the race director, Stephen Bola, is going to bring them around the lap slower so that everyone can catch up here. Right, so he's gonna bring them slower now around this turn here. The pack is all bunched up. Ooh, that's what we don't want to see. Drivers running into the end of each other. But if he's happy with the start here, they'll get to go. And it's off, ladies and gentlemen. As we go again, Mario Mills slow on the restart, but it's Orlando Morris on the inside of Jaden Harrison already. Raw Patab as well on the outside. He's trying to hold on, but Orlando Morris gets his elbows out there, and it seems as though Orlando is going to take it into Garth Huey as well. Crazy once again here. Majority of the field does get going. Sebastian Palmer, unfortunately, along with Orlando Morris, are the only two. Whoa, I beg your pardon. It's Jaden Harrison as well, who seems to be going off track for some reason. And Partab as well did not get going again, it seems. Meanwhile, Pommel's back in first position already as Garth Huey is coming under pressure now from Derek Rudder as well as Martin Webster here. Ooh, got two guys sliding out there. It's Mario Mills. He's got to hold on to that car, and he does. Ooh, very, very tight there on the exit of turn 9. Who is that? It's Rudder. Now Rudder's looking the other way. And he's going to lose out there. Where is Robert Tab? Oh my, they're almost a lap down there. Morris is all the way back in the pits after suffering there on the restart. Stephen Pummels, though, getting away quite easy. Garth Huey holding on to second position, but he's running it wide here into turn 5. Martin on the inside having a look. Now he's on the inside there, Garth Huey. And Martin's going to slip back over. He's having a lot of issues here. Garth, and he's going to go. Ooh, almost ends up at the rear bumper of Edwards and Webster, who've both been able to go ahead of him. Mario Mills as well. Meanwhile, Palmer sees Jaden Harrison in front of him. Actually, Jaden Harrison is already a lap down here in 9th position. It seems as though Jaden Harrison might have cut the track. That's why he might think he's on the racing lap. But the system has put him back because they realize what he tried to do. Continuing on, though, it's Stephen Pummels with an easy lead. Sebastian Palmer having a look on the inside of Jaden Harrison. And Garth Huey at the same point in time as well, out of turn 2. And on the inside as well, he's going to get sandwiched here, Sebastian Palmer, but he holds his own. Garth not giving him any room at all there, and has got a huge price to pay as he's now drifting across the Serengeti Desert here out of turn 3. Sorry, 5 that was. Meanwhile, Palmer does hold on to that 5th position, and he's hunting down Mario Mills at the moment. Meanwhile, Stephen Pummels, though, able Oh. Sebastian Palmer trying very hard here to take the fight to Mario Mills. Mario already coming off the inside lane. Sebastian is trying to do the up and under. A lot of bumping going on here, but can he get it done? Now Mario is on the inside. And if he can slow that car down good enough. No, he can't. Sebastian responds up on the inside to him to take that fourth position away. Rudder now is fighting. Sorry, it's Harrison that's coming against. Ooh, we've got Mills with an issue here. So now Mills is out the race. Meanwhile, I think it was Rudder or Harrison that had an issue there with Mills. Sebastian Palmer setting a personal best here for 103. And very much chaotic here, even on the second race restart, as Stephen Pummels leads the way here, some 7 seconds ahead of Martin Webster. Damani Edwards here in third position, not that far away actually. Just about 4 seconds away, followed by Sebastian Palmer, who's managed to bring that car back into fourth position. Derek Rudd is actually the owner of fifth position, but he's got a lapped car in front of him in the name of Jaden Harrison. Jaden seemingly cutting the track there on the out lap, sorry, the rolling start lap, I should say. And he's got to give way to Derek Rudder, but he thinks he's racing him because he's not aware of what he's done. So, meanwhile, he's holding up Derek Rudder. Yep, you can see it right there. He's holding up Derek Rudder there, coming out of turn 10. And he's even defending now into turn 1. So Derek's going to have to fight him. Yep, he is. He's running up. He's running on the inside now into turn 4. And is going to get that pass completed. Meanwhile, ooh, he makes a mistake though, Rudder, and gives back the position to Harrison. Yeah. Meanwhile, Palmer closing that gap to Edwards. I think Edwards with a mistake though, because he's further away from Martin Webster now than he was before. So Sebastian Palmer at another look at a podium finish here. And it seems as though he's got a better line out of that turn. And he's going to put that car up on the inside of Damani Edwards. Can he slow it down though? Sebastian Palmer, it seems as though he can. And he walks away. Nope, he's not away just yet. Edwards still having a good fight here with the Jamaican. Edwards really trying to get past Palmer here. As we ride with Edwards now. Ooh, he's gonna outbrake himself. And he manages to keep it out and keep it from taking Sebastian Palmer out of the race. And out of turn 3, he's lost a lot of time there with that mistake he made into turn 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Palmer sliding this car all around this track. Oh, he made a huge mistake there, Damani Edwards. He's going to lose a lot of time now to Sebastian Palmer. Meanwhile, looking down the line, we've got Garth with another issue here out of turn 9. He's 1 lap down, but ahead of Morris. Harrison is in the pits, and Mills is actually 4 laps down here on this race start. But leaders already on the final lap. It's Stephen Pummels, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to walk away with this one. Followed by, well, I shouldn't say he's going to walk away just yet. The race has got about half a lap to go. Martin Webster seemingly quite calm and collective behind him as well. Sebastian Palmer bringing that car back up into 3rd position here. And it was pure crazy there for the restarts of race 1 and 2. And Damani Edwards losing out there on that 3rd position. Once again, I should say, as Stephen Pummels comes across the line there, ladies and gentlemen, to win your 2nd race of the Caribbean Sim Racing Series, followed by Martin Webster. It's going to be great points for them, and Sebastian Palmer as well as Damani Edwards. Derek Rudder is your next competitor to come across the line in 5th position, followed by Rob Partab, who's got an issue now. Oh no! Heading into turn 9. But he's going to be followed by Garth Hughes. He's already come across the finish line. Then they've got Orlando Morris, Jaden Harrison, who's already in the pits, and then Mario Mills. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been Group B for our Caribbean Sim Racing Series Round 1 at Bushy Park. Stay tuned for Group A. Those are the faster guys, the faster cars, and of course, the most talented sim racers in the Caribbean at the moment. We'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back as we are here with the fastest sim racers in the Caribbean for Group A of our Caribbean Sim Racing Series here at Bushy Park, the wrong one actually, at Bushy Park. Here we have the fastest cars out on track now. It's the BMW 320 V8 Judd 2006. This car actually sports a Formula One engine under the hood as these guys get on the way here for official qualifying. We're going to see the likes of some big names here in sim racing in the Caribbean. Dominic Charles out there from Trinidad and Tobago. Jamal Boudou, Javon Codrington. Just a sec here. Let me bring up the list actually. Just trying to go off the head. Yeah, Javon Codrington is racing out of Jamaica. We've got Khalil Rickford out of Guyana, Chris Braffett out of Barbados, Tommy Gore out of Jamaica, Oswin Wilson out of Guyana, Sean Lee out of Guyana as well, Stephen Pummels is actually supposed to be in Group A. I can see him register a time here. Jamal Boudou out of Barbados, Afras Ali out of Ghana, but unfortunately unable to join us in this meet here. Kevin John Manning out of Barbados, Ryan Hunt out of Barbados, and Jivan Panjwani out of Barbados as well. So as the guys make their way around the track, we're going to wait for them to put a time there on the board. Dominic Charles, you can see passing there at the bottom of your screen, followed by Jivan Panjwani, Sean Lee there. Sorry, correction. Javon Codrington is Bajan. Accept your correction there. All right, let's see what's going on out there in YouTube. Good luck from Trinidad. Yes, Dominic Charles here actually topped the score sheets, and he is out of Trinidad, so I guess he's going to get a lot of... Yes, thanks a lot there, Sim Racing HD. That is definitely known to us here as we finally get some names on the board. It's Dominic Charles leading the charge here, followed by Khalil Rickford. Where is Dominic at the moment? Can he go faster than this 54.4 that he's put down here? As we can see, some other guys put some times on the board. Tommy Gore's finally up there in third position. And Jivan Panjwani as well, finally registering a time there as Dominic comes around here. He actually goes into pit lane, so he's quite satisfied there with that first run. Meanwhile, Khalil Rickford here comes around and enters into turn 10. Meanwhile, Panjwani sending that car into third position, as well as Sean Lee now goes into fourth. What about Rickford? Can he better his time? He's actually going to begin a fast lap now. Rickford looking back at Panjwani. He's going to continue his lap. Meanwhile, Sean Lee's off track. Tommy Gore coming across the line here. Can he go faster and put his car ahead of Sean Lee? No, he cannot. Looking back ahead though, Khalil Rickford, actually Panjwani is ahead of him on the lap. So we're going to look at Panjwani as well as Oswin Wilson just registering a time there in sixth position. Jamal Boudou, a little bit too much. Jamal Boudou, by the way, going fifth fastest there with a 55.8. So Panjwani here was on a fast lap, guys, and unfortunately he ran a little bit wide there coming out of turn, I think it was 8. And yes, he definitely lost some time there. Khalil Rickford does go faster with a 54.938, but it's not enough to take that position away from Dominic Charles, who's back out on track. He's currently on his outlap. Tommy Gore brings that car up into third position here now with a 55.191. Panjwani is down by 1.1 seconds here, and he's away from Tommy Gore by 3.5 tenths. Meanwhile, Jamal Budu goes faster there in fifth position. Manning finally puts a time on the board, as well as Chris Braffett. Comes across the line now. Jivan Panjwani does not go faster. Meanwhile, where's Tommy Gore? Oh, it's Rickford. I was actually going to look for him with a 54.381 now to take that position away from Dominic Charles. But it's only 0.03 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Tommy Gore goes even faster here in third position. Dominic Charles has got his work cut out for him with some traffic ahead of him as well. He's trying to make that space available to him as he's letting Manning go by. So here he goes into turn 10. Budu with a 55.5 to take fourth position from Panjwani. So Dominic now on his fast lap. Let's ride with him. Attacking turn 5. Is he slowly on the acceleration, as this car has no traction control and no ABS2 as well. Meanwhile, Tommy Gore goes even faster with a 54.8 there. O'Neal finally registering a time there. Ooh, a little bit too soon there on the power for Dominic. And it's not going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen, for him to take that fight there to Rickford, who's back already in the pits, as well as Tommy Gore. Budu's got an opportunity here, but Panjwani with a response there over his countryman to take back fourth position. Let's look back now at Dominic Charles. Is he on a flyer here? Actually, I've got to get my app open here. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. It's going to tell us if he's ahead on this split. Sorry about this. But it should be able to tell us if he's better on the split. He's got Sean Lee ahead of him. Much slower. He's down by a second. 1.4 seconds there is Dominic Charles. And I don't know, but he's got to get rid of Sean Lee in front of him. Yes, he's actually going to pull that car off track and try to reset himself. Meanwhile, Khalil back out on track is now beginning a lap here. Where is Tommy Gore, by the way? He's coming around now on an out lap to begin his fast lap. So let's stick with Tommy Gore. So these cars have a fixed setup system going on. The only thing that you can trouble here are your tire pressures, your brake balance, your brake bias, that is, and a few other things that are not really going to help you go faster, but be a little bit more stable. So at the end of this race, what you will see is pure talent here from these guys, the fastest sim racers, and some of them even real racers within the Caribbean. Oh, Tommy Gore was actually on his outlap? No, he managed to put in a 54.8 there on his previous lap. So Khalil Rookford has left the server. That's why you see Dominic Charles there up in the first position. But let's see, through the first sector, he's not up there even on his personal best, I believe, Tommy Gore. He's probably just trying to get the car settled into the lap here. He's got to burn off some fuel maybe. And the tires are a little worn as well. Gonna have to stay away from those curbs too. Khalil Rookford is back in the server, comes across the line, and it's not faster there from Tommy Gore. Meanwhile, we're looking at Dominic Charles here. He's got even more traffic ahead of him. As we look down the line, I think Tommy Gore just suffered an issue there. He spun out, so he's back in the pits now. You just heard it on the left-hand side of the screen there. Well, let's see. Dominic comes across the line. He's not managed to go faster, but who did on that previous lap was Sean Lee. And Sean Lee putting his car in a very dangerous position there to try and go back. As we can see, Oswin Wilson leaving the pit lane now. Take a look at his beautiful car here. Oh, it's Chris Braffett. I told you to look out for that guy. He's in fourth position now with a 55.3. Bajan's out here in a force at their home circuit. Oh, we got Oswin in a very, very peculiar position there. He's actually thrown off Chris Brafford there. And Oswin is pretty much sorry about that. He even comes across the line there now and takes that car back into pit lane. Looking back ahead of the field, Khalil Rookford is quite comfortable here. Dominic Charles on an out lap here. I think he's trying to get some heat into those tires. Yes, he is. Meanwhile, Tommy Gore's got his work cut out for him. He seems to be on a fast one here, Tommy Gore. Chris Braffett back in the pits as we look at Jivan Penjwani now. Come around to begin a fast one. Can he take that deficit on to under a 1 second? To under a second, that is. Sean Lee manages to go ahead of Jamal Budu here into 6th position. Looking back at Chris though, he's got some traffic ahead of him. And it's actually Jivan Penjwani. So 5 minutes gone there, 50 minutes gone there almost in the qualifying session. And though 30 minutes might sound a little bit long to you, to these guys it's like a wind gust, because as you're out there, you're trying to get the laps down, you're trying to get these tires working for you, you're trying to get this car working for you through each turn and apex. You're gonna need as much time as you can before you head into the race Some guys just also want the time to warm up and get their joints all working, get their muscle memory in check, because when they go racing for that 10 or 11 laps, ladies and gentlemen, it's pure focus. Panjwani doesn't seem to be improving here on this lap. Nope, he does not improve right there. Meanwhile, Chris Braffett behind him is going to start a new one right now. Let's take a look at Chris as he goes around Bushy Park Circuit, his home circuit, and see if he can manage to go ahead of Tommy Gore, or at least decrease that time to Tommy Gore. Oswin Wilson stays well out of the way there of Chris Braffett. Jamal Budu with some issues there in 7th position. You can see the yellow flags being waved for him. Into turn 9 he goes. He is down by some 7/10 here in that sector. Goes across the line, does not improve, ladies and gentlemen. It seems as though that's it. I don't think anyone can improve, or can they? We can see Tommy Gore and Khalil Rickford awaiting their opportunity to get back on track here. Meanwhile, Dominic Childs seemingly is on a flyer here. We're going to stick with him and see if he improves. Doesn't see any improvement there from Dominic Charles. Ooh, Manning put a little bit too much there in the grass. Sees the other way of the track, and he's got to be careful when he gets back on the track as well. Having some difficult times here is Kevin John Manning. Meanwhile, we can see Caribbean racer Doug Gore in the YouTube chat. Very good night to you, Mr. Gore. You probably don't want me to call you Mr. Leave that for your father, right? Out of due respect, all respect and manners to you, my good sir. Welcome to this event. As we're looking at Manning right now, it doesn't seem as though he's improving. Ryan O'Neill still in the pits. Codrington just head back in there. Oswin Wilson still trying to get this car onto him, is back in the pits, probably trying to change the settings here. Budu doesn't seem as though he's got a good valid lap under him at the moment. And he's actually going to begin one that now is Jamal Budu. So we're going to stick with Jamal here. Fun fact, back in 2020 when I was thinking to get together with a buddy of mine to start up CSRO, I was doing a lot of online racing, and one of the guys that I raced against was Jamal Budu. And coming down to the final lap or so, Jamal made a mistake, and I was able to close the gap and actually get past him. And then on the finish line, ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, I ran out of fuel and Jamal took that position right back from me. So I reminded him of the situation there in the Discord server the other night, and of course I had to do the old Brian O'Connor, dude, I almost had you. Fun times there on the public Assetto Corsa servers back in 2020 when sim racing was at its height, I would say. And now we're bringing it to you here in the Caribbean as Jamal doesn't go faster there on that lap. It doesn't seem as though anyone is improving here to take this fight to Khalil Rickford. And Khalil is quite comfortable here in the lead, or is he? He's got Dominic. Oh, he goes faster just as I spoke. He's actually put another tenth, one entire tenth ahead of Dominic Charles here, who's actually directly behind him on the lap. So Dominic has got his work cut out for him through Sector 1. Let's see what he can produce here. Oh, he's down by half a second. So just as I thought, everyone was, oh, Sean Lee even goes faster there now. Up into 4th position, takes that position away from Chris Braffett. And Rickford goes back into the pits. Charles cannot improve on his time. Where is Tommy Gore? He's now entering turn 9. And it seems like he's down. Yes, he is down on the lap. He's preparing himself now. So let's take a ride with Tommy Gore here. See if we can capture him on a super one. Ooh, the rear end slipping out from under him. Oh, and he just can't get it tied up there at the exit of turn 2. He goes back into the pits there. And it seems as though Khalil is going to bring that car back out on that track here at Bushy Park Circuit. Meanwhile, where is Dominic? He's about to finish the lap here. And he's still down here some 1 second here to Khalil Rickford. Tommy Gore coming back out on track now. And Sean Lee's further up the road from him. Chris Braffett. Oh, he locks up there on entry. And it's going to have to take that car back into the pits. Jamal Budu comes around turn 5 now. And with 7 minutes left on the clock here, it's almost approaching crunch time for us. Ooh, just a little bit too much there for Jamal Budu. So he's going to have to scrap this lap. Here he goes for a new one, guys. We're going to stick with him here just to see what the first split will be. He's down from 6th position by just 0.07 of a second. So coming in through first split here, what does he produce? He's already up by 19. He's under by 10ths, half a second here. I don't think he'll improve in this second sector. Meanwhile, Sean Lee does go faster with a 55.2. And no, Jamal Budu will not improve in the second sector. So let's look ahead then. Dominic has now begun a fast one. We are steadily approaching crunch time with 5.5 minutes left. Dominic Charles goes across sector 1. He's down by 0.4. Tommy Gore's got traffic in front of him in the name of Oswin Wilson. And so Oswin comes across, doesn't have actually a good time from him. Dominic Charles off the track. He's going to take that car back into the pits. And Tommy with traffic ahead of him. He's not going to be able to get good times here. Or maybe he's going to try and use Oswin to beat that air in front of him. He's actually looking out on the inside there of turn 9 at Oswin. And at turn 10 now they both go into. He's trying to get a tow here from Aussie, as we call him here at CSRO. Codrington with a 55.6 there, improves on his previous fastest lap, but still in 9th position. We are in crunch time, ladies and gentlemen, with 4.5 minutes left in qualifying session here. He's down by 3/10 there, Tommy Gore, but could be up on Dominic Charles here. Stay tuned. Just a little bit oversteered there as he goes for the power. He lost a substantial amount of time there on the exit of turn 8, and he's cooking the tires even more, Tommy Gore. Meanwhile, let's switch back to Oswin Wilson. Can Oswin improve out of 8th position? Yes, he does. He goes into 4th position with a 54.9 Aussie. Chris Buffett, by the way, does same. He goes into 5th position, relegates Sean Lee to 6th. Let's stick with the Bajan here, as he's only 0.02 of a second away from Oswin Wilson. Oh, but it seems as though he's messed up turn 5 there, or is going to give himself some space here for the next lap. Tommy Gore should be on his outlap. Chris Braffett comes across the line there. He's going to begin one. And we're going to stick with him through sector 1 to see how far behind he is and if he is improving to Oswin Wilson here. Comes across sector 1 there. That is a slight improvement and should get him ahead of Oswin Wilson. What does the second sector show us? Oh, he's lost time there, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of turn 8. It's just 200s. Can you do it, Chris? Comes across the line now. Oh no, he's not going to be able to do that. Looking up ahead the field, Tommy Gore now begins a fast one, as well as Dominic Charles. Khalil further up the lap. So let's stick with Khalil here as he heads into turn 9. You can see Sean Lee also ahead of him. So let's jump back into Sean Lee then, on Sean Lee's car. And no, he cannot improve over Chris, but he does improve on his personal. Meanwhile, Khalil Rickford now begins a fast one. Dominic Charles goes back into pits. Tommy Gore comes out turn 8. Seems blistering here, but he's down by a second. Oh, and he messes up entry into turn 9. He's got to focus, but these cars are quite tricky, ladies and gentlemen, to get under you. So not a lot of manhandling going on here. Dominic is on his outlap now. Khalil Rickford is on a fast one. I want to look back down the field in a little while, but I want to stay here with Khalil. He's not improving. So let's look at Chris. Chris has got some issues of his own, as well as Sean Lee, trying to get some heat into those tires. Jivan Panjwani here, seemingly on a slow one. He's going to begin a new one here. And we're going to check back with Panjwani a little bit later. Pudu is a little bit further up the lap. Where is Codrington? Codrington is now coming around turn 5. O'Neill taking that car off track there on exit of turn 2. Meanwhile, Kevin John Manning ahead of everyone else on the lap, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second is done, and that's it. They're in overtime now for qualifying. Kevin is going to give up on that lap. Chris Braffett as well. Don't see anything here from Sean Lee, and Dominic Charles cannot improve here, as well as Tommy Gore doesn't seem as though he's improving either. But that is it. Qualifying is over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first time you're joining us for the evening. Please hit that like, subscribe button, and be sure to put on notifications, because this is a 4-week-long series that we're running here. We've got next week, the following week, and the other week after that of pure, straight sim racing entertainment. I don't know what Tommy's doing. I think he's going to try a race start here on the orders of the race director, which will be a rolling start, that is. And he seems as though he's the only one prepping for that. Smart kid. As we've got some other guys here on track. Sean Lee teleports back into the pits. Tommy Gore is going to take as much opportunity as he can with the amount of time left here in overtime. As Javon Codrington seems as though he's going to try the same thing. Bunch of smart kids here. Oh, he's just going to miss it though, with the overtime coming to an end as we begin prep here for race number 1, ladies and gentlemen. So after qualifying, we've got your fastest here in order. Khalil Rickford followed by with a 54.2, followed by Dominic Charles, adrift by 1/10, almost 2/10 I should say. Tommy Gore 6/10 down. Oswin Wilson 7/10 down. Chris Braffett 7/10 down, 7.3 down I should say. Sean Lee with 8/10 down. Jivan Panjwani 1.2 seconds. Buru 1.229 actually. Codrington with a 1.38, and O'Neill with a 2.20, and Manning with a 2.75 there. That makes up your top 11 as they head into race number 1. Stay with us here as we go live for round 1 of the Caribbean Sim Racing Series Bushy Park Circuit with your Group A combatants, the fastest guys in the Caribbean. Should say the fastest sim racers in the Caribbean. All right, here we go. Let's get you out there on the track, as we will start off with Tommy Gore, followed by Khalil Rickford, as the timer at all the way at the top of your screen counts down from 2 minutes. They will then be instructed by their race director, who is none other than Stephen Bola for this evening, as well as your race steward John Green at the helm of this organization tonight, this meet tonight. And it's going to take them around, Stephen Bola, that is going to take them around 1 lap. And as long as he sees that he's satisfied with what he sees as they come around that penultimate turn you see in the background there of the cars, and they're all in line as they approach this start finish line here that is represented by the scaffolding erected right there where you see the flag man with the green flag. As long as he is satisfied with the position in which they're in, he's going to let them go on to race. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the Caribbean Sim Racing Series, our inaugural Caribbean Sim Racing Series here from CSRO, in collaboration, I must add, with CSM, Caribbean Sim Motorsport here. Got to thank them guys at Red 265 for the development of Bushy Park Circuit. That's where we're at here. We're actually going to use Bushy Park twice in this series because we do not yet have Guyana's South Dakota circuit here in the Caribbean on Assetto Corsa, the streaming platform of our choice. So it's gone now. They're going to go around for their formation lap here. It's Khalil Rickford, followed by Trinidadian Dominic Charles and Jamaican Tommy Gore, followed by Oswin Wilson there. Then Sean Lee, Chris Braffett, Jeevan Panjwani, Jamal Budu, Ryan O'Neill. Sorry, I think it's Codrington, then O'Neill, and then Manning. So Dominic is not letting Rickford out of his sight. You can feel the tension rising already on this race start here as they make their way around the track. They're trying to get as much heat as possible in those tires here for the race start. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see those fireballs go off in the YouTube chat. Come on, put them up there. Blazing, blazing, blazing. Let's go. Racing, ladies and gentlemen, here for the first round of Group A of the Caribbean Sim Racing Series at Bushy Park Circuit. Remember, there's one other race following here. Oh, it doesn't seem as though they're in line. They're supposed to be side by side, but it seems as though they're given the go-ahead here. Tommy Gore already on the move here on the outside of Dominic Charles, but we got some issues down the line. Sean Lee already off track here, followed by Jamal Budu as well as Manning. But looking back up the field here, on the inside, it's Tommy Gore and Rickford, and he's opened up the door there for Dominic Charles, who's struggling to find the grip there to get back on pose. He's going to miss out on the opportunity here as Khalil Rickford already under pressure immensely here from second and third position. Who's already seen Tommy Gore up into first position, followed by Khalil Rickford, and then Dominic Charles going down the line. It looks like it remains the same with Oswin Wilson, Chris Braffett, Javon Panjwani, and Codrington. Meanwhile, Sean Lee losing a lot of places there, back now into ninth. Tommy Gore opening up the lead with the fastest lap of 58.5, sorry. And it seems as though he's putting on the legs here with his BMW. This is deja vu, guys. If you can remember the Amsal Sim Racing Series, this is what it was for 1 and 2 of our gold classification, the highest class that we saw in that competition. It was Tommy Gore, followed by Khalil Rickford. And now we've got Dominic Charles giving the fight to Khalil. Half a second separates the two as we look further down the line here. Chris Braffett's got a little Jeevan Panjwani here, but Oswin Wilson is the one that's all alone there in fourth position. Codrington, meanwhile, Rickford a little bit closer there to Tommy Gore on exit of turn 2. And he's putting up a fight here, Khalil Rickford against Tommy Gore. Meanwhile, Dominic Charles seems as though he's biding his time here, waiting for them to get into this fight so he can put the pressure on. Gonna ride now with Khalil Rickford. Manhandling this car here, Khalil Rickford. It seems as though Sector 1 is his fastest sector. As you can see him closing in on Tommy Gore here in turn 1. Into turn 5 now. Better on the brakes is Khalil Rickford. He's closed that gap down to 3/10. Ooh, he's got to head back for the brakes there as Tommy goes for it to get a better exit off this turn here. And you can see why. He's pulling away Tommy Gore. Closer now though, Rickford to Gore. This is a biding game, biding your time game. If you got some issues down the line between 10th and 11th there, Manning and O'Neill locks up on the break-in is Khalil Rickford. Taps the rear end there off Tommy Gore, and it's tapped as well from Dominic Charles. Now Dominic having a look on the inside. They door bang there. Actually, the front end touches on the inside of the door there of Dominic Charles. Meanwhile, this fight is going on. Tommy Gore's finally got some breathing room here. And does that open up the opportunity now for Dominic to close the gap there to Tommy Gore? It seems as though he's pulling away from Rickford. Nope, Rickford still stays with him. Meanwhile, Panjwani and Chris Braffett having a duel here. Chris running wide and Panjwani seemingly closing the gap even more. Still do not want to look away. It's still close here between Rickford and Charles. But best times coming in from Wilson, Braffett, and Panjwani. Wilson losing touch here with the top three immensely. I don't think Tommy wants to push this car here as Charles is has already closed that gap to him. But it seems as though he's actually opened the gap to Rickford. So he's going faster here, Charles. Let's take the onboard shot there from Dominic Charles. Fastest lap there set by Dominic Charles, 54.868. So he's pretty much improving on this lap for sure. He's going to have a look on the inside. Oh, he locks up the braking but gets off it just in time. That's the experience we're talking about here from these guys. And I might be needing a drink of water. Look at where Khalil is though. He's managed to close that gap there to Dominic Charles as well. Ooh, just a little bit too much there from Charles as he's managed to lose some time here to Khalil. But this is a great battle we have going on here between the top three. Having a look on the inside, trying to force here an issue from Tommy Gore. Meanwhile, Oswin setting his personal best time there with a 55.6, increasing his opportunity here to the guys behind him. Sorry. Oh, it's Tommy Gore running wide. Is that it? A lot of brain activity going on here between the top three, I'll tell you that. Dominic with a bump there as he enters turn 8. He's trying to put the pressure on here to Tommy. But can Tommy hold on? Can he withstand the pressure here? Khalil, it's best for him to sit back and watch the fight. He could be in for a free pass here, Khalil. Having a little peep there on the inside is Dominic. But is he close enough? It doesn't seem so. And Tommy putting that car exactly where it needs to be. Khalil now trying to put the pressure on Dominic as he goes into the rear end of Dominic, and now because of that action sees himself losing out here on third position. He's going to lose another position as Oswin Wilson, biding his time all throughout the race here, manages to come across in third position. Dominic losing an immense amount of time there too to Tommy Gore, but here we are. Khalil Rickford now have to fight in the midst of 4th position here. While Braffett and Panjwani duel it out as well. But look at that, Oswin Wilson with a free pass into the podium, ladies and gentlemen. Can he hold on? I'll tell you what, knowing Oswin Wilson, he can. Looking back here too now, Sean Lee has a fight with Codrington. And can he perform here? Oh, Codrington on the inside forces Sean Lee to break way late on the outside there, messing up his opportunity. Meanwhile, O'Neill with a move over Boodoo. Boodoo all out of shape there on the break-in as well for good measure. So we've got multiple fights here at the front of the field, mid-pack of the field, and at the end of the field as well. Seems as though Charles has claimed back some time there to Tommy Gore. Meanwhile, Oswin's got that crew behind him, especially that fast guy in the name of Khalil Rickford behind him. The leader is already on the final lap. Tommy Gore coming under pressure from Dominic Childs here, the Jamaican versus, the Trinidadian versus the Jamaican here. Will he make the last lap lunge into the first position here, or will he bide his time? Doesn't seem he can do it. No, Tommy Gore comes home in first position, followed by Dominic Charles. Oswin Wilson is going to have a little fight here to the line. Not quite, as he's going to hold off Khalil Rickford there with a mistake to earn third position. And then fourth goes to Rickford. Braffett with 5th. Panjwani couldn't get it over to Braffett there. Comes in 6th position. Codrington holds on to 7th over Lee. O'Neill is going to hold it off to Boodoo. And unfortunately, Manning not getting this car where he wants it to be here. Comes in 11th position. Great race being done there by the top runners. As we will get sorted here now for the reverse grid, ladies and gentlemen. So from 1 to 11, we'll see the grid reversed. Manning will be in first. Tommy Gore will be in last position on the grid for the start of the second one. It's going to be a rolling start as well. Guys, need to remind you, share this with your friends and family. The more viewers we get here, the better it is for the series. The more sponsors will be interested, and the more it will get larger and larger. And when it gets larger, ladies and gentlemen, we can look at the Caribbean Sim Racing Series as the next big athletic sport here in the Caribbean. Tommy Gore in first position. He's going to enjoy that one there. It is race protocol to do a interview here, post-race interview, but we're going to hold it off there for the ending of the event. We're going to speak to all 6 drivers there, if it is a different set of winning drivers there. As the server now will reset itself here for the reverse grid. What's going on there in YouTube? Definitely a great race from everyone here, especially Tommy Gore there to bring it home for Jamaica. Yes, I do believe Tommy was managing his pace there, Steven. Will he pick up? We will definitely see what he can do here from the back of the grid in the second race. Alright, if you're now joining us, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell, as well as we've got another 3 weeks of entertainment coming your way in the Caribbean Sim Racing Series. We next go to Dover Raceway, Jamaica. That's going to be a beautiful one. And we're actually going to change up the cars here for Group A and B. So it's going to be a different set of cars, different set of strategies, and strategizing coming out from the camps here between the likes of Dominic Charles, Javon Codrington, Tommy Gore, Oswin Wilson, Khalil Rickford, all these fast guys here, and the guys in Group E, not forgetting them as well, as we wait on the restart. Sorry, not the restart, the start of race number 2. It's going to be Manning who's going to be leading the charge there on the start. Sim Racing HD. I want CSRO to get large enough to where bigger tracks will be a must. 100. Sim Racing HD. If you do not know, we've been around for almost 2 years now. Has it? Wasn't? And we do race at larger tracks, foreign tracks we do, but this Caribbean Sim Racing series is specifically for the Caribbean cars and tracks that are known to us here in the Caribbean. We might not have seen a Judd, but we have seen a BMW quite looking like this before. I think, oh no, my memory fails me of the driver's name, but trust me, the cars that we have lined up here is what's known to us here in the Caribbean, and the tracks that we're going to be using is what's known here to the Caribbean. The only track missing from this series is two tracks that is the South Dakota Circuit there from Guyana, and Jam West Speedway there from Jamaica. And I can tell you what, before the year is out, those 2 tracks will be added to the calendar. Trust me on that. So it's definitely going to get bigger here. And for the Guyana, the South Dakota Circuit there in Guyana, we're actually going to use the FIA version that was given to the motor racing club there in that country. So you're going to get not the old version, but the new FIA version that was given to them, that was created for them, that is. All right, let me get, as the guys now go around for their rolling start here, let me just read some more of the... Yes, that is indeed true. CSRO does race at larger tracks. You're welcome there, Sim Racing HD. As we get this one rolling now, guys. It's going to be Manning. Oh, the order's kind of messed up here, and I can't remember it. So let's just go here until they get around the track. Meanwhile, looking back, where is Tommy Gore? He's all the way at the back here. He's going to try and put in some time here to get those tires warm. Dominic Charles has got Oswin Wilson as well ahead of him here. Khalil Rickford actually needs to swap positions with Oswin Wilson. That's the first thing I'm definitely noticing here. Or does he? No, he does not actually. My bad. He needs to be exactly where he is, Khalil Rickford, as the race director now looks towards the line. They don't see him. Are they off? I'm not sure. Are they? Nope, it doesn't seem so. He was not pleased with that lineup there. So he's going to send them around once more, is he? No, actually, I think it's a start, ladies and gentlemen. It is a race start. And look at this. Look at the traffic jam at the back here. Tommy Gore already trying to move there on Oswin Wilson. He's already ahead of Codrington. He's already ahead of Charles. He's already ahead of Wilson. Oh, and a mistake there by Wilson puts him into the path of Charles. And I'm not sure. Yes, he does let him by, and he gets going again. Where is Gore? Where's Rickford? Already up into 6th and 7th position. They've got a lot more traffic though ahead of them to. Ooh, he's got someone ahead of it. Panjwani all out of shape there in front of Rickford. Oh, and it's Ryan O'Neill almost seeing them side by side there as he encountered an issue there. He's having even more issues here as Panjwani, Braffett, and Codrington there around surrounding him. Looking up the field, Tommy Gore, where is he? He's losing some time to Khalil Rickford, who's already on the heels of Sean Lee here, trying to make up some time lost here, and he's already halfway distance to John Manning. Meanwhile, Tommy Gore does claim that position over Sean Lee. Sean Lee struggling in his BMW, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, a mistake there from Manning. Sees Rickford through. Yes, cleanly too, I should say. Tommy Gore does not want Rickford to get away. He's on Manning's tail already. Khalil with the fastest time off the lap. 56.0 there off the race, that is. Tommy Gore now makes the move on Kevin. John Manning goes into third position. Jamal Boodoo, by the way, holding his own in first position. Kevin having a look on the inside now of Tommy Gore. The difference in talent here as Charles is suffering immensely. He cannot do what Khalil and Gore did so far. Still in ninth position. Suffering here immensely. You can see him with the oversteer coming into play there. Looking back up the field, Rickford now is 1.5 seconds away from Boodoo. And Gore is, fastest lap being set by both Rickford and then Tommy Gore there afterwards, 55.1. These guys are putting on the pressure here. Goes into turn 5, Tommy Gore. Under a second now to Khalil Rickford. Rickford cannot close that gap to Jamal Boodoo. And Manning, no, it's Charles, finally makes a move out of ninth position. He's got it still in ninth position, actually. He just saw it for a brief moment. Oh, but it's Sean Lee having an issue there. Panjwani having an issue there. Who now has O'Neill having an issue there. So much slower here at the back of the pack for these guys. But it seems as though Charles has finally been let loose. Faster times being set and now by Boodoo. No, that's his fastest of the race actually. And Khalil improving on his time, but not faster than Tommy Gore there on that previous lap. I mean on the total lap there for Tommy Gore. Tommy Gore currently holds the fastest lap of the race. Looking back here, we've got so many fights going on in the mid to end pack here. They're so close to each other. Oswin Wilson losing out big time too. He's not been able to get out of that bottom seed. Dominic does, and he's trying now with 6th position. He's got Panjwani ahead of him. Oh, Rickford makes the move on Boodoo. Boodoo tries to fight back, but he doesn't have enough in him with that turn. He's not susceptible to Tommy Gore. And Gore seemingly doesn't waste time with him either. He's going to try it on the outside here, Gore. Up and under, he's going to try to get back on the power, and I'm definitely positive that he's going to try to put it up here on the inside. No, but Jamal covers his line here, leaves it wide open, but I don't think Tommy Gore has the grip to get back on the power already. So Khalil is given more opportunity here to run away from Tommy Gore. Manning loses a pace to Braffett. Out of turn 8 now. Under braking into turn 9. Khalil Rickford running away with this. Manning with an issue, sees him back now in the 9th position. Khalil Rickford with a 54.8. He's been let loose, ladies and gentlemen. Jamal Boodoo trying to hold on to second. as Gore tries to apply pressure here. We're right now with Tommy Gore. Gonna have a better exit here now, Tommy. Oh, but he exits. He touches the curb just a little bit there and gets way out of shape. Loses so much time here to Budu. Meanwhile, Panjwani, Charles, and Braffett all within 1 second of each other. And just as I look back, it's Panjwani on the inside. Dominic Charles on the inside of Chris Braffett. Panjwani now on the inside of Braffett. Braffett on the immense pressure. Charles finally makes it out of that midfield there into 4th position. But seemingly way too late now. Khalil Rickford with an even faster time of 54.8. 56 coming off of Budu and Tommy Gore. Tommy Gore cannot get ahead of Jamal Budu here, who's holding his own. Oh no! He actually goes off track, Jamal Budu, who's finally been able to release Tommy Gore. Budu overcooking those tires for sure there as he tried to defend the charging Tommy Gore now. He's in 3rd position but still in for some good points. Tommy about 5.3 seconds away here, or just 5 seconds away from Khalil Rickford. Khalil has got enough time to manage this lap here. And Braffett actually losing some more places here. One to Panjwani, and Codrington had a look up on the inside. Oswin Wilson cannot do anything here. Still just 1 position ahead of his start. Yes, indeed, that unfortunately was a commentator's curse. Meanwhile, Budu losing time here now to Charles. Charles can make another opportunity. Charles can make another position here to gain out that podium position here. And it doesn't seem as though Gore has an answer to Rickford here as Panjwani finally loses that battle. Look at this battle that's going on here in the mid-pack. It's spectacular, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stick on here now for a bit as Panjwani applies pressure to Codrington. O'Neill applies pressures to Braffett, and Wilson applies pressure to Hunt. Having a look on the inside is Hunt. Sorry, outside now on the inside. That closes the gap there for Oswin Wilson to put himself ahead of Hunt. But on the braking, Hunt almost takes out Braffett. Oswin Wilson, as Hunt runs wide, has an opportunity here to run down Ryan Hunt to turn 4. Can he produce that pass? It's up in there for the taking. Ryan O'Neill with an up and under. Can Ryan O'Neill file the grip here to fight off a charging Oswin Wilson? No, he cannot. Oswin finally out of 9 here into 8th. Can he hold on though? As we look further up the field, Panjwani applies pressure to Codrington. Chris Braffett been given a little bit of breathing room here now. And the leader's already on the final lap here. Where is he? He's at turn 5. As we look back at Panjwani, can he claim this 5th position over Codrington, his countryman? Actually, he makes a mistake, runs it wide into turn 1. Out of turn 2, gives way for Chris Braffett, his other countryman. Chris is going to defend that inside line. Oswin Wilson is going to look to the outside. Panjwani's going to look to an up and under. Does he have the grip here to claim that 6th position? Doesn't seem so. Meanwhile, Khalil Rickford is going to become the winner of the 2nd CSRS Group A Round 1 race at Bushy Park here, followed by Tommy Gore. And we're going to look at Oswin Wilson and Jivan Panjwani here. He's got an opportunity now, Wilson. And he's been bumped here by Panjwani. He's not going to like that, Oswin. And he's been bumped too by Hunt. Seems as though he's lost out and is going to lose out even more. to head back down into ninth position. But it's Khalil Rickford there, followed by Tommy Gore and Jamal Boodoo, who, ladies and gentlemen, have come across the line in first, second, and third. We will
Battling for last
request
place.
we will request first Jamal Boodoo, if I can get him here. Where is he? I think he's heading back into the pits. Yes, he is. So I'm gonna first request Jamal Boodoo for an interview. I'm gonna talk to Oswin Wilson. If I can get Oswin Wilson here, just let me know when you're ready.
I'm here, Stefan. Wow.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go to Oswin first. Oswin, you're there.
Odds will.
Okay, Oswin, you came. You actually held out and held on to fourth position until you were able to snatch it away there from Khalil Rickford as he made that mistake. Talk us through that fight there. Was it difficult? Are these cars difficult? How are you finding it out here?
Yeah, these cars are really difficult to drive, especially with no traction control or ABS. So you have to be very careful. It's easy to lock up and make a mistake. I know I couldn't keep up with the first three, Khalil, Tommy, and the next guy. Can't remember his name, but
Dominic, that's
I just
Dominic.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just was sitting behind him fourth, praying that they start to fight and somebody made a mistake to capitalize and gain a podium position. So that was the game plan, and it actually come into fruition.
Well, that is indeed true, and you're walking away with some great points there, even holding off, but unfortunately, the holding, not being able to make some progress there at the bottom field. Thanks a lot there, uh, Oswin Wilson. Dominic, first, let's go to Boodoo, Jamal Boodoo. Great race there from you, Jamal. I thought you were actually going to hold off Khalil Rickford, but we looked away at the instance where Khalil actually passed. If you can talk us through that incident.
I can't to be honest, I can't remember it perfectly. It was down to a little mistake though. I think it was coming on to the original straight. I guess it's called the back straight now. I think maybe the exit of that corner I lost it a bit. I was just driving a bit ragged for the whole both of these races, so mistakes were coming. And unfortunately these guys are consistent and fast, so they'll capitalize on any mistake.
Definitely, and he still managed to hold on to third position here, though, and mighty congratulations to you. Now I head on to Dominic Charles, brother. Great race from you. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. What's up?
This second Trinidadian we've had here at CSRO. You following in the footsteps of the great Mark Gill, sir. Great performance today. How was it?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, first time I was on track with all of these guys. I know we have a lot of fast guys here. And well, it was a surprise to see just how fast everyone was, but a welcome one at that. I like a challenge, so let's see how it will continue going.
Most definitely. And I believe earlier in the week you were alluding to the fact of you coming off of the console system and then onto the PC. Is that any
Yes.
different to you? Is it
Oh, this is a huge difference.
eh,
Everything just kind of feels different on the PC, to be
yeah.
honest.
Is it a
So yeah.
positive different or a negative different?
I'm a good bit slower right now, but I think I'll get up to speed over time.
We're gonna keep that away from the console and PC wars. Good answer. All right, heading on now to uh, Tommy Gore, winning the first race here and then coming in second position here. Actually, let's go to Khalil Rickford coming in second position in the first race here and then winning the second race here. Khalil, talk us through this car, the pressure being applied there by Tommy Gore, and then yourself too trying to apply the pressure to him. Were you overworking the car? Talk us through that event. Khalil Rickford. All right, we don't have any word there from Khalil. Tommy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. It seems as though we have lost Khalil there, so we're gonna ask you to talk us through both the first and second race there. You managing to hold on at at first position after so much battles there.
Yeah, for sure. At the start of the race, really had to focus and get a good start because I didn't have the pace in qualifying compared to Khalil and Dominic. But I just knew just let my racecraft do its thing and get a good start and hopefully get a chance at whoever was in front. So executed that and I knew I didn't have the pace to just pull away outright. So I had to make them fight behind me and control the pack.
Well,
But it was really,
yes.
really fun.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they actually in the chat there on YouTube, they were alluding to that fact that you were trying to control the pace ahead of you, and I do believe I saw you controlling that pace as well, and job well done there for that first race. What happened here with that coming through the pack there? Seems as though you were held up quite a bit by Budu coming in this second race.
yeah. So starting P12, I think it was pretty far back, and going into turn one, I just held the outside line and made it through somehow because there was like 4 wide at one point. It was really hectic. Made it through, getting good exit into turn two and get out of turn two safe, and then just pick my way through from there. And I knew once Kelly was in front of me, unless he got held up by Jamal, then it would have been really hard to pass him. But and then when I got behind them, because I was working the car to get up to them, doing low 55s, I think. And when I got up to them, my tires were gone basically. So I was just waiting for Jamal to make a mistake, or I would have had to push a little harder and try to get past him later on.
Most definitely, and it seems as though it has worked in your favor.
Yeah,
Congratulations
thanks,
there.
guys.
Yeah, we can get you. We finally can hear you there, Khalil, and we are ready for you now. Please talk us through that first race incident, which saw you be relegated all the way back to eighth position, I think it was, or sixth, and then fighting your way back in fourth in that first race, and as well as you picking up the pace here in the second race to claim victory.
So yeah, with the incident that cost me third place, I tried to put the driver in front offline by taking the inside line, or well, faking to the inside, and he went offline, but it got a little clumsy at the apex and was contact, and I went around. Yeah, and with the second race, I just found the inside line at the start, somehow made it through with a little bit of contact, and yeah, went off for first and second, and well, I thought it would have been hell getting past the car in first, but he made a little mistake on a curb, and I got a chance to get through, and yeah, it was plain sailing from there.
Yeah, most definitely. We saw you sail off into the sunset there, Khalil. How did you find the car there to under the pressure? Did you find that it was quite difficult to drive coming down to the ending of the race as well?
I don't think the car is difficult to drive. It's difficult to race with, though. It's difficult to race among others because it's really unstable. As soon as you get a little bit of contact, and yeah, it's not really raceable, but in terms of just driving laps, it's pretty easy.
Most definitely, it is a challenge here, and that's what we want Group A to have since you guys are the fastest in the Caribbean. But it does get better. We do have different cars coming for the rest of the series, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say thank you all, especially to the winners here tonight and those who participated. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks a lot there, Khalil Rickford. I'm going to step away now from this Discord server because they do want to have their own little conversations at the end there. But yes, definitely see us in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Up and ready for you next Sunday evening. And trust me, it's going to be better, smooth sailing here for the server because what happened, we had a little difficulty earlier with getting the cars to work. together in one practice session so that the guys wouldn't have to split up their times. And that's where we lost a bit of time here in getting them sorted for the start after the official practice session, which of course we do not stream because that would be a very, very lengthy stream. Just want to say thank you all for coming out tonight. Be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe with the notification bell on, because for the next 3 weeks we've got 3 more races to go to add to the tally of points here between these combatants in Group B and Group A. Group A being the faster of the lot, and which you just witnessed, by the way. So go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And if you are, I don't know, probably a part of an organization, motor racing organization within the Caribbean, or a sim racing organization within the Caribbean, or a group of friends, if you guys want to join us, be sure to link our Discord there from our website at www.caribbeansimracing.org. You can also stay up to date with all of our latest news and updates there on Instagram. It's Caribbean Sim Racing _ORG, short for organization. Go there, follow us on Instagram. We're also available on Facebook, but not that much active on Facebook. We noticed that there's a lot more activity going on Instagram, but we do share stuff there from time to time. But Instagram is the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. Join us next week at Dover Raceway, where we head on over there with Group B and Group A. If you've had a great time tonight, please let us know in the comment section. I can see a lot of you here taking part in the comment section. We do encourage that, and we love that. Oh, we've got a fun fact here from Doug Gore. He says the V8 Judd engine was what was in the Audi DTM race car I drove. Doug, you're going to like this, man. Guess what car the Group A's are going to drive next weekend? Yes, that is indeed true. We're going to head over with the Audi DTM, TT DTM there. That was previously driven by Doug Gore, which now lives in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, I am very much au fait with the motor racing community, as I was pretty much in it. So yeah, we're heading to Dover Raceway there, and I just gave away the little secret there for the Audi TT being the Group A car. It's a pretty nice and fun car. It's very quick too, and it's there for the Group A's. Group B's, we're gonna release your car a little bit later on in the evening. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. See you in the next one.